Good morning and welcome, fellow veterans, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2022 Veterans Day observance. I'm Mike Pohl, Coast Guard retired, and I'm your MC again this year. Please rise, if you are able, for the presentation of the colors by Marine Corps League Detachment 350, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Post. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Two. Right. Forward. You may be seated. Again, I want to say good morning and welcome. We celebrate the living veteran today. Active reserve, guard, retired, or if you just served 2 years. We can't forget those that have gone before us. We also celebrate those veteran families. The family has borne the burden of supporting their father, mother, sister, brother, enduring long deployments with worry and fear. I wish to continue a tradition I brought back a few years ago. At 1100, after the rifle salute, we will stand, again if you can, in silence so that you can say a prayer or reflect on what the American veteran has bestowed on this great country for 2 minutes. This is what they did in the early days of Armistice Veterans Day. The American veteran has given much, and I wish to personally thank every veteran here, every veteran across this great land, for the privilege you have given us to be free. And that goes, again, for any veteran that, let's say you even served a day and you got hurt and you were medically discharged. It doesn't matter, you served. You put your blood, sweat, and tears into it. You served 40 years, which I served with some guys that did 40 years. And knowledgeable, but every veteran, this is your day. It's just one day out of 365, but it's our day for the living veteran. So I personally want to say thank you to every veteran in this land. Our guest speaker really doesn't need much of an introduction if you were at Memorial Day downtown. He's from Stevens Point, and so many people talk, and I still get compliments on him. I offered Veterans Day to him too. He's a 10-year Air Force Security Forces veteran, served in both Iraqi freedom and enduring freedom. He's a member of DAV, Chapter 30, and the Polish Legion of American Veterans, 185. And just happens to be my son. So, Aaron Pohl.
Good morning. I see we have no wind to blow away speeches today. Before I begin today, I would like to start by reciting the Veterans Creed. I am a veteran. I have seen and done things you may not understand. I am a warrior. I will never accept defeat. I will never quit, and I will never leave a fallen brother or sister. If they are hurt, I will carry them. If I cannot carry them, I will drag them. I will help them face their enemies, to include the demons from within. They are my brothers and sisters. I am a veteran. Friends, family, honored guests, brothers and sisters in arms, I bid you welcome. It is a privilege to speak before you on this Veterans Day. I cannot speak for everyone, but I personally have been waiting 365 days for the chance to chow down on some Applebee's. All jokes aside, this is not why we're here, and Applebee's has left town. I am both extremely proud and forever humbled to be able to gather with all of you today and reflect. This nation will remain the land of the free only as long as it is the home of the brave. Elmer Davis. This is the home of the brave. The world has changed since the very first Armistice Day in 1919. But there is one constant, one unyielding certainty. The sons and daughters of the United States of America have and always will answer the call. Whether at home or abroad, our brave men and women stand tall. They stand firm. They are the line in the sand. The true soldier fights not because he or she hates what's in front of them, but because they love what's behind them. G.K. Chesterton. There is much to love, isn't there? For all the faults that we have here, despite the wretched divisiveness, there is another place like it on earth. The good outweighs the bad. The beauty dampens the ugly. A country built on the backs of brave, hard-working men and women, built and fought for. The blanket of freedom sewn thread by thread, allowing us to sleep soundly at night, to wake up in the morning and see beautiful stars and stripes floating on the breeze. I wouldn't trade that for anything. The amount of courage it takes to put on a uniform and serve can never be undervalued. Active duty, guard, reserve. Some of us were drafted, others volunteered. Some of us have kept on with family tradition. Others have started new ones for love of country, to challenge oneself, or the calling of allies in need. Even if you put your life in harm's way to earn college tuition, you left everything behind you and dove headfirst into the unknown. So too is the amount of courage it takes to continue when one comes home. More often than not, home does not feel like home for the returning men and women. Of this I can personally attest. It is remarkably difficult to transition from a life of direction, purpose, and structure to free-falling back in the regular world, not knowing up from down, facing judgment and doubt. We curse the military when we were in for various reasons, and we miss it when it's no longer front and center in our lives. And while we pride ourselves on being tough as nails, there are few things more painful than feeling alone and hopeless, as if the weight of the world were on your shoulders. There is, however, a light that has continued to grow over the years, a light that has immense amount of room to continue growing. That light is you. That light is us, all of us. From the bottom of my heart, I can tell you, nothing is more comforting than talking to another veteran or active duty member when everything seems dark and cold. Those reassuring words, "I've got your six." There is an understanding of shared life experiences that transcends time and age, color, and religion. It's a nod, a handshake, a hug when you didn't know you needed it. Whether you served together or met in passing, the bond is there. Blood, sweat, tears, loss, gain, success, failure. You grow together. Perhaps then it is not the military we miss as much as it is the people that we experience the journey with. That crucial puzzle piece has an immeasurable bearing on life after service. The distance from a military families can be overwhelming, and reaching out for help can leave you feeling as if you are a burden. Regardless of any generational gap, we must work together to hold each other up, because nobody fights alone. Taking care of our servicemen and women should be top priority. No veteran should struggle. No veteran should end up homeless. And so the saying goes, in your darkest hour, call me, brother. We will fight the demons together. The military is a blessing and a curse. Today we celebrate the blessing, not because we are better, but because we chose to follow a different path, a different way of life. If I were to live 1,000 lifetimes, I would serve in each one of them. Our job is to be a deterrent. When that measure falls short, we become the spear. But there is more to us than bullets and bombs, isn't there? We are doctors and nurses, saving lives and delivering hope. We are construction workers and carpenters, building schools and infrastructure. We are athletes, musicians, and actors, raising morale, providing an escape from the world around us. Truck drivers, scientists advancing technology. If only the world weren't kept from seeing how much good the military can do and has done. Some of the best stories ever told have nothing to do with battle. As we go forth today, let us cherish our memories of yesterday. The Marines are all in top form after celebrating their birthday. The rest of us will have to catch up. Stories will be shared and laughter had. New connections forged and old ones renewed. I am thankful for all of you. To me, you are heroes. May God bless us and may God bless the United States of America.
Next thing you know, he'll be wanting a fee for speaking. We're a little bit ahead of our rifle salute. So what I'm going to do is change up the schedule slightly. And we'll go ahead and do the 2-minute reflection and prayer now. Okay, so please rise if you can for 2 minutes to honor the veterans today. Thank you. Thank you. You may be seated. Again, we haven't had a Veterans Day observance for a few years, so this is our first one back. And for me, it's a privilege and an honor to MC this, plus Memorial Day. A lot of emotions go through my mind when I do this. I've known many veterans. And like Aaron said, we are brothers and sisters. And there are times we all need a hug, a handshake. Thank you for your service. It's not like anything else. Really. Whether you take drugs off the street, dig a trench behind an embankment to cover up in, it's a different life being a veteran. Inside a tank turret, but we are all kin to each other. We're connected by blood. We're not directly related, but we're related. So again, I want to thank you all and on the other campuses too, if you're there watching, thank you all very much. And it's an honor to serve with you. And it's an honor to have served the American people. So I don't know how much more I can fill in. It might be just and I am going to introduce, and you know what? I didn't put your name down.
It's so good.
Huh?
Elaine, Florida.
Elaine. We are going to do a pinning ceremony. And she has a few words to say prior to that. Come on up, Elaine.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad I'm not any shorter. You wouldn't see me over the podium. My name is Elaine Flora. I am with St. Croix Hospice, and I am also a life member of the VFW Plover 10262 as an auxiliary member via my father, who was a World War II veteran. My parents were both quite a bit older when I was born, just so you know that. But my father served in Germany and on occasion had the privilege and honor of working next to Dwight D. Eisenhower when he was a general. And my dad didn't talk about that much until later on. My father passed 3 years ago at the age of 97 and a half. So yes, he would be 100 today if he was with us. I wear his, when you see me grab my neck, it's because I wear their thumbprints with me every day. But I want to personally, and along with St. Croix Hospice, really thank each and every one of the veterans. Thank you for your service, and thank you for our freedom. And for those who are still serving, thank you for your service and maintaining our freedom. It does always come with a cost. Can't thank you enough. St. Croix Hospice does a lot to support veterans, and we want you to know that we're here for you. We're here for you. I know sometimes people run the other direction when they hear the word hospice. Hospice does not mean someone's passing in a couple of days. Hospice is minimally a 6-month benefit. It's completely paid for, all of it. And we have patients that have been on service for 6.5 years because they still qualify. But what that is, what hospice really is it's us really surrounding you and your families and all of your caretakers and supporting you even more. It's giving you an extra layer of care. Please do, when that time comes and it's right, give us the honor of serving you as you have served us. Know that we value you and we love you, and thank you again for your service.
Hey, you want a pen?
We can. One more thing.
Oh, okay.
We do have pins, and I would love to pin our veterans. We also have the veteran creed for you, as Aaron had read. It's laminated, so we have one for each of you as well. Thank you. I'll let you do.
Okay, we're going to do the pinning, and then we'll do the rifle salute. So, if you would please, all the veterans, please come up this way right here so that we could put a pin on you. Don't be bashful. We'll let the Air Force lead. Go ahead.
You first.
What's that? Oh, God. Were you in the Army? Got Army now.
Do you want to pen and I'll just get that?
Marines? Oh, Army? We were sitting with the Marines.
Is allowed, yeah.
I'll be outnumbered anyway, no matter where I go, I'll be outnumbered. Geez, you think he's in the Marines?
If he can scooch back around to you.
Army.
Army, thank
Somebody
you.
tall. I can easily do that.
My father was.
There you go. Congratulations. I forgive you. Good. What branch are you in? CB. You were Navy. Oh, boy.
In your jacket, or in your shirt.
Give it a shot. Oh, what branch are you? Air Force? Okay.
Thank you for your.
Air Force,
I am so glad that you've been on Never Forgotten Honor Flight. Thank you.
What did you do in the Air Force?
Security Force.
What is it?
Thank you.
Huh?
Thank you.
Oh, boy. Now I'm doing the Marine Corps League.
We gotta take it in our hands, we can't put those down.
No, you can't.
I volunteer for.
There you go.
My dad.
Your dad ruined it for you? Yeah. You're welcome.
Thank you. He's handing out the, he's gonna hand out the.
Okay, good. Good. For him.
Oh, thank you.
I'll tell you what.
No bad.
You do. And I don't want to put it on there.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I know I can't. You're welcome.
Another one, Ruby.
There you go. Thank you, sir.
Yep, thank you.
I wish we could pin family members too. Like I said in opening remarks, the family is the backbone of a veteran. I was in more than 20 years, and my wife floated around with me too. Moved them 7 times. Aaron was born in Connecticut, went to school in St. Louis, and finally graduated here in Point. My daughter started in Connecticut, went to school in St. Louis, and graduated up here. But they bounced all over the country. I'm out there at sea. One ship I was on averaged 295 days a year gone from home port. Okay, So, you know, the family is the backbone. It's who we come home to and try to forget what we've been through. So the families, God bless every one of them. And I wish I could pin the families. I really do. So with that, American Legion, Post 6 are going to assemble out here, and we will do the rifle salute. There will not be taps because we are honoring the living veteran today. We don't forget our deceased comrades and sisters, but today we're honoring the living veteran. Armed Forces Day is for the active duty, reserve type thing. You got Memorial Day for our deceased comrades. You got Veterans Day for today. So we split it up that way. It's one day a year for each, but really should be every day that you say thank you. We started this back in 1770. The militiamen started fighting for freedom. So we've been around a very long time for veterans. So, and yes, the Army was 1775. And yes, the Marine Corps is 17... when was the Marine Corps? Yeah, you were a Marine.
Yeah, yep, 75.
Huh?
I believe 75.
1775? All right. You did have a Navy, but that was disbanded. And then you had the Coast Guard at 1790. And Navy was regrouped, so they got 17 something. Air Force was 1947 and Space Force is 2020. So we've been around a long time. Marine Corps is 247 years. So they should be lined up and you will hear the rifle salute.
Squad, stand hut. Port, arms. Prepare to fire. Ready. Aim. Fire. Aim. Aim. Port, present arms. Port, arms. Order, arms. Dismiss.
Yes, we have coffee, cookies. The coffee was supplied by MJ's, and the cookies are Heartland? St. Croix. St. Croix Hospice. So thank you to both. We'll wait until everybody gets back in. All the branches were represented today. That's great. How often do you find a coastie in the mix? You don't. You know, Marines say it, they're the fewer the proud. Coast Guard's fewer prouder. We can all give each other a little bit of trouble now and again. But boy, let somebody else come up with a veteran and give them a hard time. Watch out. Watch out. I just want to make sure the guys come back in. What did everybody think of it today? I have a deep appreciation for veterans. It's, other than my wife, it's the closest thing to my heart. So it's a true honor to do this. I hope I can do it in years to come. And I just now, last Friday, got my service dog. So I'm in training with a service dog. So next year, you will see a dog here. So, name is Kino, all white German Shepherd. And that's why I have a tape roller with me too, because driving over here, he was in the truck, and
So
I've already used up a, huh?
He is here, he's just on you, in fur form.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's a big dog. But we have coffee and cookies, so please indulge. There must be. I just want to make sure they come in.
How many of you know about a festival food city guy, if you're a veteran, have a good sale today? You buy $5, the big list things you get for free. Comes to $48. I was there this morning, he was there this morning. It's a nice deal. Free is a good price. You have a fire right here. Deal. You need roof service. And it's all kinds of goodies, and it's free. Or you just spend $20.
Take advantage of the offers out there. You have earned it. Okay? Marine Corps League will retire the colors. Please rise again if you're able to. And salute. Two. This concludes the Veterans Day observance. I would like to thank everyone for attending. The Marine Corps League was your host detachment today. Schumann Hike DAV Chapter 30, American Legion Post 6, AMVEST 1051, Vietnam Veterans 115, Fleet Reserve 238, and Polish Legion of American Veterans 185. I especially want to thank Brian Bartell and the staff of Midstate for assistance in the use of their facilities for this event. St. Croix Hospice, I still have it under the old name, for the pinning of our veterans, and MJ's for the coffee. So God bless America, and thank you.